Blackbeard's road to King of the World. Hello One Piece enthusiasts, I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about Blackbeard and his goal of becoming King of the World. As of chapter 1126, we know Blackbeard has key pieces, and that actually solves a very big puzzle as to what his next move might be. And we will use these clues to find out what he really wants and where he's going next. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe, it helps out a lot. Now that you have, let's begin. Well, I want to start by saying this is a pretty controversial theory. In fact, I wasn't really a fan of this myself. I've thought about it for a very long time, but it didn't seem to click. But at this point, I don't see any other way. I don't really see any other option left for the story to go. Well, there might be, but this is a very prominent route, and I think you guys might find it very interesting. Or you might even hate it. Well, whatever. Let's talk. We already know Luffy and Shanks are making their way to the last poneglyph, and they're going to find Laugh-Tale, and they're going to find the One Piece. And even Buggy is on the loose. And on that train of thought, we'd always expect Blackbeard to be 3 moves ahead. 3 moves ahead to finding One Piece, but we can see he's almost the same way there. In fact, he doesn't even know where the 4th poneglyph is. Everyone knows that it's with the man marked by flames, but they're nowhere near to finding it. If there's anyone who will find the man marked by flames and take the last poneglyph and get to One Piece before Luffy, it would probably be Shanks. But that's beside the point. The point is, Blackbeard is also in the race, and to be completely honest, Blackbeard is putting his foot in 2 different directions that I can't really put my mind on. Now, what are the 2 different directions? 1, he has pudding for reading the poneglyphs. 2, he has Saturn's powers, even maybe Saturn's memories, clues about the ancient weapons, and a road to Marie Joie. As you can see, you know where I'm going with this. Obviously, the first thing in my head, the first time when I heard that Luffy might not be the one who is the first person to reach One Piece, I was always thinking that it was going to be Blackbeard, and Luffy was going to have to fight Blackbeard for the One Piece and to make sure that he saves the entire world. But from the way it is, I can see Blackbeard not even going for the One Piece to begin with. Because now, when the entire world, is focused on One Piece, Blackbeard is focused on the empty throne. And we know why he took Kobe. He wanted Kobe to be a part of the world government so that maybe he could join Reverie and then get entrance into the Holy Land. Now, why would you think Blackbeard would want entrance to the Holy Land? Why do you think Blackbeard wanted Lost Fruit for the immortal surgery? It was because he knows about the national treasure. We know Blackbeard's interest in the... We don't really know Blackbeard's interest in the ancient weapons, but if he does find them, I'm sure he would be willing to take them for what it is. And then we have Caribou. We have Caribou, who has information about Poseidon, and the national treasure of Marie Joie could end up being Uranus. We know Wano has Pluton, and that might be pretty well known at this point. Now, the way it seems, Blackbeard seemed to be the first person who might get his hands on all 3 of the ancient weapons if he plays his cards right. Rather than focusing on the One Piece, he'd be focusing on taking the throne from Ine himself. For the longest time, I always knew that Blackbeard would be one of the final foes. I always thought Ine was going to be the endgame villain, but now it's changing my mind. The way Blackbeard has operated all of this time, it seems as though he's always 3 moves ahead in front of everyone. Yes, a lot of his efforts have been failing, but one thing's for sure, his plans are pretty straightforward. He is someone who can improv his way into the world, and he's been doing exactly that. He wanted pudding for the poneglyphs, he wanted he wanted Boa Hancock's powers to have upper hand, he wanted the immortal surgery from Law, he got the poneglyphs because he wanted to find the One Piece. But now, his resources are mostly pointing to the world government. Why is that? 1, Pudding's power isn't just reading poneglyphs with her third eye. In fact, that is a power even Big Mom herself doubted. That's why she wanted Robin. Both of them. Kaido and Big Mom wanted Robin, and so does everybody else. Because Pudding's power with the third eye is kind of unreliable. But Pudding has the power to see memories. We have Garp captured. We have Saturn's identity as well. We don't know the extent to which the Ninetales powers, how much of the original powers or identity can the Ninetales power take, but I presume to be a lot, because we already have Bonchan's fruit, which basically allows him to just steal the identity, not the memories, and I would expect a mythical zone fruit would be much better than that. With having Saturn's powers, as well as maybe his memories, Blackbeard might hold, and with Pudding being able to read memories, and also Garp being part of the world government, knows ins and outs of the world government itself, the Marines, and maybe he can find his way on to Marie Joie. In fact, that's what I believe that Lafitte is there for. Lafitte is there to see the mess that has been created by the Revolutionary Army, to see how much chaos has ensued in Marie Joie, so that Blackbeard could make full use of it. And with the Marines now chased by Buggy and the Cross Guild, and everyone in the world focused on finding the One Piece, Blackbeard would be the one to be going for the throne, finding the national treasure, and then maybe using the national treasure, all of the ancient weapons, to find the One Piece himself, and that is in fact maybe a faster route. And if he does end up in Marie Joie, my thought is he's probably going to lose to Im, but it's entirely possible for Blackbeard to get out of there with just the national treasure without fighting Im and finding the One Piece. That is my grand theory. In fact, I can even see the possibility of Blackbeard taking Im's power for himself, and Blackbeard is the one who ends up being the final villain that Luffy has to face. Reincarnate of the moon and reincarnate of a god, a false god who wanted to rule over the entire world, destroying everybody's will. Blackbeard can become everything that Luffy has feared, and that's entirely possible if Blackbeard ends up going in Marie Joie, successfully infiltrating it, finding the national treasure, and becoming king himself. That's for my theory, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Until next time, peace.